What's up, guys? So welcome back. I am going to share a little bit about a race that I did this weekend. I did a 5K this weekend, and not just like a typical 5K. I did a trail run 5K. So this was my first time doing a trail run out in the woods, not road race. So that's what I typically do. My goal this year is 2 a month. And I pretty much stuck true to that, except for the summer. It's really hard during the summer to find a 5K race because it's so hot outside. So a lot of the races around the area, they really don't have many races. They do have a couple night ones. So I did one yesterday, and then there is a night race this coming Saturday. The race starts at 9:30 p.m. It's still going to be hot because of the humidity here in South Carolina. But I did a night race like years ago when I was into running. So I haven't done one in a long time. And I haven't signed up yet and committed to it, but I plan to do it. Saturday, after I got done from Orange Theory doing my workout, I hadn't signed up ahead of time for the race that I did yesterday, but I was like, I'm going to do it. I hadn't done a race in probably a couple weeks. So sitting at the table eating breakfast, I just signed up for it. And then the next day, I did the 5K, and this was a trail run. So there are specific shoes for trail races. I didn't have any. So my goal ultimately was just to finish, not for timing or anything else, was just to finish. And I did. I finished in, I think it was 33:26, what they clocked me as. Here's the kicker. Well, before that, so this was my first trail run. All through the woods, I'm like looking down the whole time, making sure I'm not stepping on any rocks or any branches, knowing where I'm going. So that's mainly what my focus was looking down the whole time while I'm doing the race. That wasn't fun. I really couldn't focus or zone out or pay attention to the music because I'm more or less concerned about tripping and falling and trying to hold myself back from, like, you get a downhill going too fast, again, because of the branches and the rocks and everything like that. So I started to count as I like almost stumbled or lost my balance or almost turned my ankle, I would say, 8 times. By the 5th time, I'm like, please let this be the last time. But I kept counting. And so almost 8 times, I almost tripped, lost my balance, turned my ankle, whatever you want to call it. But luckily, I stayed on my feet. Now, the race was, again, a 5K 3.1. And as we're running through the woods and getting close to the end, I see that we're close. And I'm not really seeing the finish line. And then it said 3.1, which I ran tracking it using the Nike app. And normally I'll just run and do a 5K and I'll set my pace in just using my Apple Watch. Well, again, I wasn't trying to do pace. I was just trying to finish because I know it was not a typical road race. Well, we were still running. I was following a group, and I tried to stay close to a group that I could see in front of me. And clearly I didn't pay attention to like the main couple people that I did see when I started running, because by the time I got done, it was 3.19 miles. So we had ran an additional 0.09 miles. And when we came out of the woods, there was 2 ladies like standing there, and we thought, they were helping with the race. And one of the ladies that was ahead of me was like, do we just go straight or do we go left? And they were like, just go straight. And so we came from the side, came out of the woods, and came running down. Well, as we crossed, again, completely confused, because at the beginning, the gentleman was like, we ran it. We clocked it at 3.1, should be exact. And you know what? Before the race, they'll tell you, you'll turn here and look for here. Again, I'm not good with directions, and I have a GPS. So just imagine in the woods, and I'm not familiar with the area. I have no idea where I'm going. So that's why I tried to stay close to the group that was ahead of me. And wherever I got off and followed I think it was a lady, gentleman, I can't recall who was in front of me at the time. It wasn't the main people that I was following the majority of the race, because everybody else was coming straight. Once you cross the finish line, you could see they were coming straight. And I'm like, we did not come from that direction. Didn't see Antavis at the finish line. And I'm like, where was he? Like, I expected him to be waiting to take a picture, to see me, to cheer me on crossing the finish line. And he was not there. So he was on the other end of where the other runners were. So luckily, or needless to say, we got lost. But as long as it wasn't short, I'm completely fine with that. Yes, it was an extra 0.09 miles, which of course overall affected my time. But that race, I really didn't care about the time. I just wanted to finish. And I still finished third in my age group. So yay, that was, regardless of getting lost, I still finished third in my age group, and I think like six. So I finished 6 out of 35 in the Masters age group, 15 out of 76 overall for women, and then second out of 9 for my age group. My average pace was 10:46, 38th out of 133. My time was 33:26. So yay. And then we did get, after all that, I deserved a medal. So I did get, this was the finisher's medal that everyone received. It was a cute medal. I do like it. And so the race that I'm going to do this weekend, there is no finisher's medal, and that's completely okay. I think I may do it, see if Luna will do it too. So it'll probably be another run walk. Let's just get out there and do a run. I will say, so the month of June, my goal was 15,000 steps a day, which I might have missed maybe 4 days out of the 30 days, which was not bad. This month, I was like, my goal is just to walk, get in at least 10,000 steps, just in my workouts for Orange Theory, Power Walk. And then I did this race and I felt so out of shape and out of breath. Well, if my ultimate goal is to participate in High Rocks races, and then we've been doing Deca Fit, Deca Mile. We did those two, which I'll do an update on those. Power walking is not going to help with my endurance for those type of races. So I need to switch it up. So I made it 13 days with walking, and only walking, where yesterday, or 12 days, because yesterday was the 13th. So I made it 12 days of just walking during my classes, or if I worked out at home or at the gym, I just walked and didn't do any type of running. So after participating in that race, I just felt so out of breath and I couldn't get my groove in, probably because, again, I'm thinking and looking down. It was just not a fun race overall. And I did walk, there were people ahead of me, and probably if they didn't walk, I probably wouldn't have walked. But I did up some steep inclines. I did walk. And again, it was through the woods. I jogged as much as I could. And when I got to a place where I felt like I could start jogging again, I did. But because pretty much everybody around me was walking, I was like, well, let me at least take a break, catch my breath. And it was twice throughout the race. So despite that, I finished in 33:26 with the additional 0.09 miles. Would I do another trail run again? Probably not. That it was not fun. Again, almost turning my ankle a couple times and just really having to look down the entire time and not being able to enjoy my music. Just worried about, again, tripping over something, where I'm stepping each step for 30 something minutes. Nah, trail runs are not for me in the forest. Maybe just hiking. We do like to hike, and we haven't hiked in a while. So I'll just probably stick to hiking in the woods and not necessarily running a 5K. Now, there was also a marathon. So if you see on here, it says half marathon and marathon. I do not see how people ran a marathon, 13.1 miles in the woods. Oh, that would have been so miserable. But kudos to everybody that did complete it. Here's my little bib that I got for running the race. So yeah, that was my first 5K for June. And like I said, I'll probably do the one this weekend. It's at 9:30. That's bedtime. Should be on the couch watching Netflix, but maybe we'll be as a family out near the state fairgrounds where they have the fair every year. Maybe we'll be out there probably running a 5K race this Saturday. So that's my take on a trail run. No, I probably will not do it again. I am glad I tried something different and a different type of 5K. and I still placed in my age group. And the one time I placed in my age group and we stuck around to see what the timing and results were, they only gave medals or awards to the first place finisher in every age category. So, but I still have the bragging rights to say that I completed second in my age group. So yay, I'm proud of myself. And like I said, it was something different than my typical 5Ks. So stay tuned. I'll do an update as far as like the Deca Fit and the Deca Mile that I participated in, and hopefully doing the Deca Strong to complete the trifecta of the medals that you receive. But anyways, thanks for watching. And if you made it this far, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye.